I'll never forget the time I was 40 miles into a century ride, and my feet went completely numb. The burning sensation radiating from my arches ruined the day, all because I bought the wrong pair of cheap cycling shoes. Finding the perfect road cycling shoe is an absolute nightmare of confusing stiffness indexes, sizing anomalies, and crazy price tags. You end up wasting money and suffering on the saddle. Today, I'm breaking down the top 7 road cycling shoes on the market to save your feet and your wallet. Let's find your perfect match. 7. MCRONJI cycling shoes. When I first unboxed the MCRONJI, I was admittedly drawn in by their accessible price point and relatively sleek aesthetic, making them seem like a solid entry point for newcomers. They feature a synthetic leather upper and a rotary buckle system that mimics the look of high-end BOA dials. Out of the box, they feel lightweight, and the universal cleat compatibility means you can easily use them for both indoor peloton sessions and outdoor road riding. The initial try-on gives you a false sense of security, as the plush padding around the ankle collar feels comfortable enough when you are just standing in your living room. However, the reality of hitting the tarmac quickly unravels that initial comfort. Once I started putting down serious power on an outdoor ride, the limitations of the synthetic upper became glaringly obvious. The material lacks the structural integrity needed to keep your foot locked in during upstrokes, leading to a sloppy, disconnected feeling. The rotary buckle, while functional, doesn't offer micro-adjustments, meaning you are either slightly too loose or painfully tight, creating pressure points across the top of the foot. The sole stiffness is perhaps the most frustrating aspect of the MCRONJI shoes. While they claim to offer decent power transfer, the nylon outsole flexes noticeably under moderate to heavy loads. If you're climbing out the saddle or trying to sprint for a town sign, you can feel the sole bending around the pedal spindle. This not only robs you of your hard-earned wattage, but also leads to severe hot spots right under the ball of your foot after about an hour of riding. 6. ROCKBROS cycling shoes. Transitioning to the ROCKBROS, I wanted to see how a flat pedal, non-lock design would fare for riders who are intimidated by clipless systems or those who simply want a versatile commuting option. Visually, they resemble a casual skate shoe more than a traditional cycling shoe, featuring a durable, textured exterior and a thick rubber outsole. The lace-up design is straightforward, and there is a Velcro strap across the top meant to keep the laces out of your drivetrain and provide a bit of extra security. Walking around in them is a breeze, offering the kind of traction and comfort you'd expect from a standard sneaker. But taking them onto the open road for a dedicated cycling session reveals significant drawbacks. Because they are designed for flat pedals, you completely lose the upward pull in your pedal stroke. I found myself having to constantly reposition my feet after hitting minor bumps in the road, which completely disrupts your rhythm. The flat, non-lock design might be comforting for a beginner scared of being clipped in, but the lack of foot retention forces your calves and shins to work overtime just to keep your foot planted on the pedal surface. The heavy rubber outsole, while great for walking into a coffee shop, is detrimental to cycling performance. It is incredibly thick and heavy, adding unnecessary rotational weight to your pedal stroke. Every rotation feels sluggish, and the sole itself is entirely too flexible for efficient riding. When pushing hard on a flat stretch, I could feel the pedal cage digging into the bottom of my foot through the sole, leading to significant arch aching and a massive loss of power transfer compared to even the most basic entry-level clipless shoes. 5. Shimano SHRC 703. Stepping up into the serious enthusiast category, the Shimano is where you start to feel true road cycling performance. Right away, you can see and feel the trickle-down technology from Shimano's flagship models. The RC703 features a beautiful surround wrapping upper that minimizes overlap, providing a glove-like fit the moment you slip your foot inside. It utilizes synthetic leather that is highly supple, conforming to the unique shape of your foot without feeling restrictive. It is a massive departure from the rigid, unyielding materials found in budget options. The dual BOAL6 dials on the RC703 are a game changer for dialing in your fit on the fly. Having 2 independent zones of adjustment allows you to keep the toe box slightly relaxed for comfort while absolutely locking down the instep for power transfer. During my testing, I loved how easily I could reach down and click the dials tighter right before a sprint, or pop them loose to let my feet breathe during a long, relaxed descent. The tension is distributed incredibly evenly, meaning those dreaded pressure points across the top of the foot are completely eliminated. Underneath, the carbon composite sole is an absolute revelation. Rated with a stiffness index of 10 out of 12 on Shimano's scale, the power transfer is immediate and highly satisfying. When you stomp on the pedals, the bike surges forward with no perceptible flex. Despite this impressive stiffness, Shimano has engineered enough vibration dampening into the sole to ensure that rough chip seal roads don't chatter your teeth out or numb your toes over a 3-hour ride. Ventilation on the RC703 is also remarkably effective. 4. DUNPAI Unisex cycling shoes. You might be surprised to see a lesser-known brand like DUNPAI so high on this list. But after putting these through their paces, they genuinely earn their spot as an outstanding value proposition. These shoes manage to pack an impressive array of features into a highly affordable package, making them an incredible discovery for riders on a budget. The upper is constructed from a highly breathable mesh and synthetic leather blend, and the shoe utilizes a single rotary buckle combined with a Velcro strap over the toe box to secure the foot. What immediately struck me during testing was how well the DUNPAI shoes handled the basics of a good cycling fit. The heel cup is surprisingly deep and secure, preventing the dreaded heel slip that usually plagues shoes at this price point. The breathable mesh panels are massive, allowing for an incredible amount of airflow. I actually found these to be cooler than some shoes that cost 3 times as much, making them an absolutely stellar choice for hot summer riding or intense, sweaty indoor training sessions on a smart trainer. While the sole isn't made of space-age carbon fiber, the nylon fiberglass composite they used is shockingly robust. It provides a very respectable level of stiffness that caters perfectly to intermediate riders. During seated tempo efforts and moderate climbs, the power transfer felt crisp and direct. It only showed a hint of flex during maximum effort out of the saddle sprints, which is a completely acceptable compromise for a shoe in this category. They also accommodate both 3-bolt road cleats and 2-bolt SPD cleats, adding a layer of versatility. The overall comfort over long distances was the biggest shock. 3. Fizik Vento Infinito Carbon 2. Entering the realm of pure, unadulterated premium performance, the Fizik is a masterpiece of Italian design and engineering. Pulling these out of the box, you are immediately struck by their breathtaking aesthetics and the flawless finish of the Microtex upper. This material is incredibly thin yet remarkably strong, providing a highly supportive structure that feels like a second skin. The shoe looks fast just sitting on the table, and the moment you slide your foot in, you understand why it commands a premium price tag. The true magic of this shoe lies in Fizik's proprietary Infinito closure system. Instead of simply pulling the upper together, the dual BOA lead 2 dials route the wire cables in an intricate figure 8 pattern across the forefoot. During my test rides, this system provided a wraparound sensation that pulled the shoe up directly against my plantar fascia, offering a level of dynamic arch support I have rarely experienced. You can fine-tune the volume of the forefoot and the tension on the instep independently, resulting in a meticulously customized fit that eliminates any dead space inside the shoe. The R2 carbon outsole is a brutal, unapologetic platform for speed. It boasts a maximum stiffness index rating, and you feel it the exact millisecond you apply pressure to the pedals. There is absolutely zero energy loss. The sole is also optimized for cleat positioning, offering a slightly further back placement option that modern bike fitters recommend for better knee alignment and reduced calf fatigue. Climbing steep gradients in the Vento Infinito Carbon 2 feels incredibly efficient, as if your foot and the pedal spindle have merged into a single entity. Despite its rigid, race-ready nature, Fizik hasn't ignored comfort. 2. Specialized S-Works Torch. The Specialized S-Works Torch is nothing short of legendary in the road cycling world, and testing them completely validated the hype. Designed to replace the beloved S-Works 7, the Torch takes everything great about its predecessor and refines it using thousands of Ritol foot scans. The result is a shoe that features a slightly wider, much more accommodating base plate that instantly relieved the pinky toe pressure I historically experienced with narrower racing shoes. The upper is crafted from proprietary materials that are incredibly supple, allowing the shoe to map to the exact contours of your foot. One of the most brilliant design choices on the Torch is the asymmetrical heel cup. Specialized analyzed how the ankle moves during the pedal stroke and lowered the collar on the outside of the ankle to prevent the shoe from biting into the bone. When riding, this translates to an incredibly unrestricted feeling at the top of the pedal stroke, while the stiffer inner heel cup perfectly locks your foot down during the upstroke. It is a brilliant piece of biomechanical engineering that practically eliminates heel slip and Achilles irritation. The BOAS 3 dials are exclusive to Specialized, crafted from beautifully machined aluminum. They offer incredibly precise micro adjustments in both directions, and the lack of a traditional Velcro strap across the toe creates a remarkably clean, elegant profile. Tensioning the shoe feels smooth, and the supple upper distributes the pressure so evenly that it almost feels like you're wearing a pair of heavy-duty socks rather than elite-level cycling shoes. The comfort is simply unparalleled, even deep into a 5-hour endurance ride. When it comes to power transfer, the S-Works Torch is an absolute monster. 1. Shimano S-PHYRE RC 903. This is the shoe you see on the feet of World Tour professionals winning Grand Tours, and after rigorously testing it, it's easy to see why. Shimano refined the RC 903 to create a sleeker, lighter, and more breathable shoe than ever before. The 360-degree surround wrapping upper seamless integrates the midsole and the upper construction, reducing weight and structural complexity. When you put the RC 903 on, it doesn't feel like you're wearing a shoe. It feels like your foot has been shrink-wrapped in pure performance. The fit and lockdown on the RC 903 are absolutely phenomenal. Shimano introduced a newly designed, highly integrated anti-twist heel cup. During explosive, high-wattage sprints where you are throwing the bike violently side to side, this heel cup works like a vice, completely preventing any torsional movement of your foot. Combined with the low-profile dual BOA Li2 dials and the incredibly sleek crossover lacing pattern, the shoe holds your foot in absolute perfect alignment. There are no pressure points, no hot spots, and absolutely no wasted movement. The power transfer is, predictably, best in class. The ultra-rigid hollow carbon outsole boasts a stiffness index of 12, the highest in Shimano's lineup. But what makes the RC 903 special is the low stack height. By eliminating the traditional lasting board, Shimano places your foot incredibly close to the pedal axle. This direct connection dramatically improves pedaling efficiency and stability. You can actually feel the road surface through the pedals, giving you an immense sense of control and confidence during high-speed cornering and technical descents. Comfort has not been sacrificed on the altar of performance. The micro-perforated upper and the strategically placed drainage and ventilation ports in the sole keep your feet completely dry. Outro. That's all for today.